Well, hello everybody and welcome to the first race of the season for DMR 3.1. Don't ask me why that's a name, but why that's a tier, but we will...
It'll be more in due course.
Yeah. I am your host, DMR RinRin, and today we are at the first race of the season at Australia. As you can see, it's not a very nice day out there. You might need some umbrellas, you know. So, but yeah. While I've got you here, Adam,
Yes.
who would you say is a contender for the championship? Who looks strong out of these guys in tier 3.1?
Is this well? Even though I'm pretty much blind at the moment because of Cody. Well, somehow Steam has decided to uninstall my game, so I'm doing blind commentary. So this is actually maybe I could make this a whole thing for the next hour. Me doing blind commentary instead of actually seeing what's on screen. So who can I say is a good contender for this season? To be honest, it's actually going to be a pretty hard one for me. Last season in tier 2, I think Alex Parisa, I think he's going under Alexia in Street and Game.
Yeah.
He's actually going to be a very strong contender for the title. And so is DS, so I think both the Hat and Alpha Drive would be a good fit. I also think Pixel could be a strong shout for that, and Charles Non-Crash has got some decent pace, but well, I think until we've seen the first race, we won't be able to see who's done that. But I think any of them have got a great chance for this title, but also two guys who are not here today, TJD.
Sorry to interrupt. DS has absolutely flopped his outlap as he spins the rears up and he's now gone into the wall as Rondo starts his flying lap. Sorry to interrupt there, Adam. As he heads down into turn 1. I think in qualifying yesterday, these were pretty tough conditions for what I was basing my qualifying on. You know, definitely felt a little bit different from 2019, considering he's just trying to find the traction out of these slow speed corners. But as I say, Bondrak's on starting his lap. As he does a 32.2 in the first sector, purple first sector, sorry.
So I was going to say, is it because you've lost the pad hack advantage?
Well, I don't even think it was a pad hack advantage. I just think the wheel guys were just trash. Sorry, guys. I've just called out like every single person in DMR for that. I apologise as far as I saw the wheel users here.
I mean, I can't really say anything because we had a very nice battle the other day, considering you was holding me up for about 3 laps, and then it took a little sneaky dive down the inside and a fake into the turn 2 to get past.
What can I say? I'm a brick wall. Oh, Bondra just losing the rear. Coming up to like the last 2 corners, literally, I think he got a bit caught on the curb, and as we know, in the wet conditions, the number 1 rule is not to touch the curbs. He's really struggling for traction out the final corner, and he comes across the line, and he does a 1:37.2. We don't know if that's a quick lap, but as the McLarens come across the line behind him, TJD does a 37.7, but Saku does a 36.1, full second clear. As we'll just wait to see the Ferraris. Decker goes P4. Mercedes, I think, is not finished that lap. And Charles, LAF1, goes P4 with a 38.5. Odin, 41.2. So, some interesting times here. 40.3 for Lock. Yeah, so some interesting laps. It looks like Saku's got a second in hand, but obviously the wet conditions, times can tumble. I don't actually know what the weather's going to be like going forward, which makes it more interesting, I guess. As the Mercedes of Neon Rays comes through the right-hander, down the back straight, before the chicane. He's got a Ferrari in front of him, which I believe I think it looks like Charles. No, it's actually Decker, and Decker's really laggy. Nice connection. Tesco broadband. Adam knows all about that. So yeah, negotiates the chicane. There's a yellow flag in the last sector. I think there's been a spin somewhere. We don't know where. Oh, getting a bit twitchy. Coming out of the exit of the left-hander into the penultimate corner. It takes it nice. It was nice and neat. Through the final corner, drifting around the final corner, down the back straight, down the start-finish straight, as he completes his lap, does a 38.1, which puts him P6, just above his teammate, as Charles does a 37.2. While I was commentating on our lap, actually, Pixel went P2 on a 36.4, and Saku improved on a 36 flat. So times are coming down. Will it be intermediates? We maybe see them, but we'll see. As Alex Parita comes across the line to complete his lap, and he goes P6, as long with his teammate Cosmin going to P3 with a 36.5. So laps are coming. They are going down by the looks of it. Interested to see what DS is going to do, because after his little crash with the wall. So he's got a Ferrari in front of him. He's on an out lap at the moment as Panda Koi starts his lap. We'll ride on board with him on his lap. Nice and neat through the turn 4 and 5. Come through turn 6. It takes it a bit gingerly, obviously being wet conditions. Obviously be flat in the dry. And he spins. Oh, it got too much curve, and he's spun. Oh no, he should be fine. He'll probably got enough fuel in there for another lap. So as DS learnt his lesson from the little hit with the wall on the last corner, we'll find out now as he starts his lap. And yes, he has. He's learnt his lesson. Well done. Steiner's proud. So he starts his lap, heading into turn 1. It takes a big corner. That's a corner cut. Well, that was Steiner is probably going not very happy with that. He's having a shaking his head as he sees the Saku as well, I'll probably just go as the Kevin Magnussen of the team.
I think I'll pop back from this.
Okay, alright, well, we'll say goodbye for Adam for now. Hopefully we'll see him in a bit. As this is a third lap from Saku, unless he's on his in lap, which would be interesting. Panda Koi does a 50, I don't think that's his proper lap. We'll watch it one ball again. Second time's the charm. Really fighting the car out of turn 2. That was literally just absolutely just trying to keep that car in check as he heads into turn 3. Again, very neat. And into turn 5. I'll get my numbers right. Still fighting the car. He's still trying to get some traction and he turns very nicely done. He's still fighting. It's amazing how he's still fighting the car, even like about halfway down the straight. He's trying to keep that car in check. Interesting, he's driving the Perez car after his inconclusive COVID test, which was heard on the news. It does a purple middle sector. I'm not sure if that's a glitch or not, but we'll. Oh, hell, he's drifting out of the S's, literally. You can clearly tell he's fighting every ounce of his being in that car. And as he goes through the right hand, it goes a little bit wide on the curb and coming up to the penultimate corner as there's a Renault going slowly, obviously trying to get out of the way, and he negotiates that very well. Well done for the Renault for trying to keep out of the way there. And down the straight, I'm not sure this is pole, but we'll see. That is putting P6. He's probably got enough time for another lap, so I'm not sure how long we got. We've got 7 minutes, yeah, easily. But interestingly, behind Saku, we've got at least from P2 to P6 is covered by just under I think that's just under 4 temps. So that looks pretty tasty for the front row of the grid. Meanwhile, back behind that, it's very close for the top 10. Yeah, I think it's close everywhere, to be honest. So don't go anywhere. Qualifying looks pretty interesting, as Decker probably is going to probably pit now, I would have thought, as his teammate starts his second. Look, they're all struggling to get on traction. And I think intermediates have come out, so some people are risking it on the inters. That'll be interesting to see how that develops. And fighting a car, and he's lost it. Waiting for the memes, everybody, for Spinella, but I'll let you all decide on that one. Renault, Vlad, coming through the last few corners in the Renault. Wanted to see where he can put that Renault. Oh, he goes a bit deep there. Oh, I'm not sure if he's actually on a lap, but but he's drifted. Oh, and there's an AlphaTauri. If I look, that's a Williams. Sorry, I take that back. That's had a spin on the final corner. It looks like Pixel. It is Pixel. I'm not sure what happened there with Pixel, but we'll see. Maybe we'll be able to hear from that. As I've just noticed that I'm really so far behind. I'm trying to monitor everything that's going on at the moment. DS it's a Haas 1-2, so I think Gunter Steiner is he's very happy with what he's seeing. So maybe he won't be going enough means enough to his drivers, hopefully in the race, but hey, that is the way it is. But can Cosmin say something about it? He goes purple in the middle sector. As again, I don't know if this is a glitch or not, but we'll see. DS goes pole, provisional pole with a 35.3. I should have actually stayed on with that. On 3 lap old, a bit wet actually. But will Saku have a response to that? As Cosmin comes through the last few corners now. He was purple in the middle sector. I'm not sure if that was obviously correct or not, but we'll see. You know what the F1 games are like, they can glitch. And some drivers are starting to go out on the intermediates. And this actually looks a pretty strong lap as he crosses the line. And he goes and does a 34.9, so he was actually legitimate, and he does get provisional pole. So he has knocked the 2 Hasses off their pedestal for the time being. But Saku is about to cross the line. Is he going to spoil the Alfa Romeo's party? He doesn't. He goes P2, just a 10th behind Cosmin. Who else is on that? People are starting to come out on I've seen a couple of people on intermediates thinking, oh, can we wait this out? Neon's come out on a set of intermediates. So all the drivers that have Mercedes played a blinder in terms of pole position here. Because a lot of drivers in the pits at the moment, but we'll see how this all develops, how his lap times are. As Pandakoi goes out on the inters, he's put a set of inters off. A lot of drivers are actually starting to go on intermediates. Decker's gone out on inters. So the question is, it's really about. I think Cosmin's probably got time to get round. He's gonna have to. He's perfectly gonna get round and get out and do another lap. Saku may need to do. I don't know if this is on a lap. No, he's off his lap. And yeah, you can tell he's gotten using no EOS. Yeah, a lot of drivers going out on intermediates as the AlphaTauri goes past in turn 1, and well, we won't say too much on that. Where's my phone? I'm just trying to see if we can read in the comments. Oh, great, thanks. So yeah. Well, Aleph is here to cheer for Decker. Well, we'll see. We'll see what Decker can do in the Ferrari. Spinotto is, wanted to see if this Ferrari can, get further out of the field. But that's what it is. And that was a huge chunk of curve from Deco. I'll ride on board with him just for Alep's sake in the comments. So as he heads into turn 3, taking it very gingerly. He's a lot of wheel spin coming out the corner. Really interested to see where this goes. And heads in, and he is up by 1 second, so he is improving. So we shall see what this lap unfolds. Hopefully he doesn't spin over into the next few corners. He heads into the right hander and takes it very nicely. Hits the apex very lovely. So we shall see how this all unfolds. And purple middle sector, it's 2 seconds up. Looked like he mounted that curve there, but we'll so all using the overtake down the DRS straight, and again hitting the apex lovely there into the last couple of corners now. And the right hander bit wide into there, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't look like it's affected him too much as he turns the penultimate corner and the last corner. Don't take too much curve there, cut Deco. You might lose, unbalance the car. He does it well, heading down across the line, and he does a one. I think. Oh, he won. Sorry, I didn't have the thing up there. It's a bit delayed. With 34.6, but obviously there's other drivers out there like Saku, who's on a lap, who will be on a lap shortly as Neon Rays starts his lap in the Mercedes. So there's all these drivers out there that are all going to improve in the last few laps. It's going to be who crosses the line last. As that's Pixel. That looks like Pixel. Was that Pixel? I don't. Yeah, it is Pixel. Sorry, who's crashed out down the straight. Sorry, I didn't catch that. And unfortunately, that's putting him out of qualifying. Along with, I think Alex is out of qualifying, so I'm not sure if he's retired. But anyway, we'll carry on with Neon. It's going to be. And Cosmin's out of qualifying as well. So this could be dangerous. I think Cosmin's made. If Cosmin's crashed, I don't know. It could. This is going to be. That's dangerous for Cosmin, because he was on provisional pole before the crossover point, and now he's been. I don't know if he's been caught out. But we shall see as Neon goes purple in the middle sector. But he's obviously got other drivers behind him on a lap on the inters as well. So again. I say it will be coming down to who crosses the line last. So as we see the drivers all got to flood across the line. The last few corners now for Neon Rays. He looks to be set for provisional pole, but we'll see how this develops in the last couple of corners, because we've still got the Haas, the Renault behind him to cross the line as well, and an AlphaTauri as well. I think that looks like Philip to me. And he crosses the line and he does a 1:34.1. Can DS do anything to spoil the party? He looks absolutely flying at the moment, and he goes provisional pole. No, he doesn't. Vlielads goes pole. Sorry, take that back. He just missed out by a couple of attempts. They went purple for me, so that's why I was like a bit confused. And that looks like the grid, unless TJD has got an answer to this little. It doesn't look like he's on the. It doesn't look like going to be pole, but it looks like to put him further up the field. And he goes and does a 35.4, which puts him P9. I don't know, Aleph. I didn't even know he had full traction control. Thanks for letting me know about that. But I don't know how he's managed that. But hey ho, that is very interesting. Very, very interesting. But that is the grid for the race. I will be right back, and we'll be ready with the race in a few moments.
Mic off. Mic on.
I am back. Hopefully that looks to be. I hope that was exciting for you as it was for me in qualifying. Hopefully the race can be just as exciting. Question is, what is everyone's tyre strategy? You know, I would have thought some people might start on the softs and go hards or medium hards. I'll have to wait and see. In the comments, guys, let us know who you would like to see, or your top 3 finishes will be, and we'll have a look towards the end of the race and see how we go from there. If anyone is actually watching. But as I think the guys are starting to ready up on the grid to start the formation lap. Yeah. I want to hope that. I think if Aleph is saying he's first spinning on full traction control in the wet, I want to hope he's doing all right in the. He does better in the dry then. So I just want to put the details. So everyone on softs apart from DS, Alex Pitro, Pixel, and Fusions is on the hard tyre. That looks to be a very interesting strategy there for the Fusions in the Mercedes. The problem is with this track as well is it's very difficult to overtake. Well, I say difficult, but it's there's only kind of a couple of opportunities really down into obviously turn 1 and 3, and possibly the last corner, the third DRS straight down the back straight. So I know you're watching, Aleph. we know. Thank you for joining my solo commentary, because Adam's left me alone. Anyway, Vlad wants to get on with this formation lap. DS doesn't, along with Pandacoy's following in close proximity. So Vlad's just got on with it basically. He's just driven off, thinking this is the race, but clearly not. The rest of the field are just going, you know what, we'll just hang back and let your tyres go cold. So this is a strategy for the Mercedes. This is the Mercedes strat for starts. Interesting strategies going on here. As the guys line up on the grid, Vlad just getting into his grid slot to prepare to wait for probably about an age before the rest of the grid show up. He might as well make a cup of tea while he's at it. I'm not sure how I'm going to get this. I don't know how I'm going to get this camera angle right, but we'll try and get there as the best we can. As the guys line up on the grid to start for the first race of the season. It's 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go to the start of the championship of tier 3.1. And it looks like Vlida got an excellent start. Neon Rays go down the inside into turn 1, and it's a bit of contact going out turn 1 with the Ferrari, and there's a spin from Fusions, who's riding on the hard tyre as headed towards turn 3, as DS is under a lot of pressure from Pandacoy. Pandacoy go around the outside and into the inside, and DS keeping his foot in there, pretty much what I did to Jim Wong on yesterday, and he actually made it work, as Saku right behind that actually is getting in the mix as well. So as Vlad and I don't know what's going on, the standings are going a bit weird. I think Leon and Vlad are driving away from DS, but DS is obviously on a different tyre strategy today. Saku's actually managed to pass Pandacoy. I think Pandacoy's had a bit of contact somewhere. He's going down the order, as Decker in P5 actually had a very good start actually. I just want to have a look at the positions gained actually before, as he's actually made it. He's actually made positions better as Cosmic tries to go around the outside of Decker. Decker saying, no, I'm not having any of that. You could have a bit of grass for all I care. and he's held the position very good there, as everything going off behind him, as Charles fighting Pandacoy. Pandacoy's not had a very good start. He's actually gone backwards as we head in towards turn 1, as he has a look at Pandacoy, and Pandacoy doesn't obviously just there's just no move, and it's a spin from DS. Oh no! Oh, he was on for he was on the distance straight. He's got front wing damage as well. Oh, that is unfortunate. But as Pixel somehow, after his little spins in qualifying, is up in P3 at the moment on the medium. So the other driver that started on the mediums, and Pandacoy is hunting him down in pursuit. On the soft tyre, the problem is, I think the softs is probably going to last about 3 or 4 laps on these, and then that is going to be it. You're going to be starting to struggle, because at the moment he has got Cosmin behind him, along with Charles. Decker's had a bit of an incident somewhere, so he's dropped off as Charles goes down the inside of Cosmin to take P5. Meanwhile, he's gonna. I think they're all teeing up behind him. The predicted strategy. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't actually know this. So the one stop is you're coming in at around about lap 10 for the hard tyres. For the 2 stop, that is an interesting. I didn't actually know. Well done for Codemasters for showing me the strategy there. That is brilliant. So if you're doing a 2 stop, you're coming in around about lap 10 as well, but obviously with the soft tyre. As Cosmin pits for, I would imagine, he's got another set of softs there. I don't know what's going on there. So as the field spreads out, as Pixel, as Vlad is now 1.5 seconds, got a 1.5 second lead to Neon Rays, and then it's a further 4.5 seconds back, nearly 5 seconds back to Pixel, who's having somehow an amazing race. As Pandacoy picks up the first penalty of the race. My geez, I find penalties this year way more stricter than it was in 2019, and you know what, they weren't kidding about stamping authority. When we were behind Pandacoy, Charles is reeling in the racing point. Pixel then picks up a penalty himself, so that's the thing, you got to be really careful about your penalties this game. It's just not. I learned that firsthand, and Odin now picks up a penalty. They're all coming in thick and fast. Charles picks up a penalty from track extended. Personally, I think these are too strict, but I mean, at the end of the day, if you go off track, you go off track. It's unfortunate. But this is the fight at the moment, and there's also a fight behind TJD and Alex. And he's passed even before the first corner on the medium tyres, and he takes the position. Alex, very good move there. Hasn't made any mistakes coming out of turn 2, so he doesn't look like he's going to be under any pressure. But the fight now is between Pixel, Pandacoy and Charles, who are all fighting for the last podium place. And as he's saying that, there is a fight for the lead as Neon Rays gets within a second of Vlad, which is interesting, up front. So there's fights going on all the way up and down the field at the moment to try and keep up with. We're going to keep an eye on this battle though for P3, because it looks a bit more tasty between 3 different constructors. I mean, I don't know what Bonotto must have been thinking. He must be thinking, how the hell have I seen my Ferrari team, who didn't have a particularly great qualifying, rise up into fighting for a podium. So it's interesting. Pandacoy looks very close to Pixel. Obviously Pixel is on the medium, so he'll have better pace towards the end of the stint. So we shall see as Pandacoy does set the fastest lap of the race. Meanwhile, there is a cube run coming up behind Alex. And TJD, with TJD in pursuit, and also Harass, I hope I've said that right, joining in that queue. So there is a few fights going up and down the field. I'm going to just have a look. Saku got very close to the AlphaTauri. That's Cosmos. That's the fastest lap on the race on a fresh set of softs. He's probably hoping for a safety car. As he comes up to the right-hander, got a very good exit actually. When you try and go around the outside, he will try and go around the outside. That's going to be very, very risky. And he late brakes. Oh, he's gone a bit deep, but he's kept the move. He's kept it. He's managed to keep the position, but it's compromised him down the straight as he's. Oh, it's two Hasses fighting. Oh my God. Gunter Steiner's probably pulling his hair out, and he's probably going, enough means enough. God, this is it. This is probably tense stuff at Haas. I did, or AlphaTauri, should I say? Sorry, I need to get my fucking. I'm doing a Crofty. Sorry, it looked like a Haas for my book. Don't know why. I think I was looking at it from a different point of view. Anyway, we won't mention this. So Haas as Panakoi. What has happened to Panakoi? He has retired in the pits, I think, by the looks of it, as AlphaTauri comes under threat, by Saku. Saku into turn 1, and I would say that is a job done. He can get off and get hunting down on Bondrax in the Red Bull. So it's a yellow flag in sector 1. Obviously, I think that's probably because of Pandakoi. Not sure what's happened there with Pandakoi, which is a shame. He was on the medium tyres. He was vying for a podium, and it's just not worked out, or he's made a mistake and hit the wall. But yeah, meanwhile, out front, Mercedes versus Renault. Vlad versus Neon. Looks very tasty for a fight for the lead, because it's them two squabbling amongst themselves, as Charles is getting very close as well to Pixel. Pixel obviously doing very well, being very consistent on those medium tyres. So I think Vlad is struggling on those softs, because by the looks of it, Neon looks like to size up a move down into turn 1, but he's not close enough. He's just got to get a good exit out of turn 1. He locks up. I think Vlad's really just using the, obviously using the overtake, using his battery to defend. But meanwhile, back behind that, Charles is starting to loot. I think he's just outside of DRS range now of Pixel. Pixel being very conservative. So it's interesting as Deca. Deca. I didn't realise Deca disconnected. That's that. Oh, because we're so focused on what's going on out front. As he is using, I think that's using overtake there on that telemetry. Nope, yes he is, yes. As DRS is now coming up for Neon. Is Neon going to be close enough to challenge into the right hander at the end of the straight? No, not quite. Vlad, I don't whether he's deploying his battery. He's on very low battery actually. I think whereas Neon is saving his battery very nicely. He's got a very good exit actually as he opens DRS, deploys overtake a little bit to just get a little bit of acceleration out the corner. He's very close coming into turn 1 and he's not quite used it. Out of turn 2, sorry. Now he deploys his overtake. Will Vlad go defensive? Vlad's got to stay down the outside, and down the inside is Neon. As Neon takes the inside, but he's not quite got the job done. As Vlad takes the racing line. Vlad, to be fair to him, he had every right to do that, and defended his position. Good battle here for P1 at the moment. As this all unfolds, as there's a yellow flag, as it's Perez spinning at turn 4, which is unfortunate because he was in a pretty good points playing position there, but that's a costly mistake. Meanwhile, up front, Neon is really piling pressure as he has done for the last couple of laps actually, in towards the right hander, and not quite close enough. Usually picks up a penalty. Meanwhile, saying that, won't be long if these sort of keep fighting. The Pixel is catching them. I think the soft tyres are starting to drop off. So watch out for Pixel, because Pixel's gained a lot of time on these two in front. As Odin's crashed out somewhere in the field at the actual S's on the exit, which is not really surprising, as Neon, as a virtual safety car comes out. But we see some pits off. Saku in the pits, actually probably making the very good call there to come in under virtual safety car condition. I think he'll probably, would he be going on a hard tyre? Was he going? Yes, that does look like the hard tyre. Make sure you get those tyres fitted properly, lads, because otherwise, you know, Gunter Steiner's going to be very disappointed, and he might cry again. Might look like might not look like rock stars at the end of it. But as this fight heats up, it's not a lot of couple drivers coming. Fusion's coming in, and Decker pops up to P11. Obviously, because the other two have stopped, the Fusions and Philo Titus. TJG picks up a penalty, a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. I tell you what, though, Leon did not get a good, not get away well under the VSC, out the right-hander, and Neon Rays is very close to. As he'll pit now, as I think Leon and Vlad pits, I imagine, so that will give Pixel the lead. Just gonna watch these pit stops, because I want to. We need to see what will happen. I think that's hard tyres on the Mercedes. Imagine it's going to be a fight over the pit stops, and that's clean as you like for both drivers. So the positions stay as they are, as Bondrax takes over P4, obviously because these guys are coming out the pits. This is the fight at the moment out front, Vlad and Neon. It's only I think it's going to only take one mistake to see as Cosmin. I think this is the people overtaking in the pits, as Saku as well, still trying to hunt down or salvage something from this race. So Haas. To be honest with you, Haas looked promising in qualifying, especially in the wet conditions, and then they've just kind of dropped off and they've disappeared. Really, I think that's probably to do with incidents and stuff like that. But we'll see probably when the stewards report comes out, when they if there is any, if they were caught in any incidents. But I imagine I could see Ferrari pitting in this lap to get rid of those soft tyres. But I would actually say, to be honest, Pixel did very well to keep near the front two, so he could be a late factor. I don't really know what I think Charles is doing the Ferrari strat, so he's doing the one-stop mediums. That's why. Okie dokie, that's interesting. Which is the counter strategy to Pixel. Because that's probably going to hurt Pixel, because he'll have the undercut and get track position off of Pixel with the laps he'll have on those. Neon Race picks up a penalty, that could be huge, and he spins. Leon spun. I did say, didn't I? I said it'd be like one mistake, and it could cost everything, and that is exactly what has happened. Could that have thrown his race away? I imagine so, because he's got major front wing damage on that Mercedes. That is going to give Saku, I would say Saku, as he's only he's crashed. That's a VSC. I would say now Saku is now provisionally P2 in this race. He's 14 seconds back. Unfortunate from Neon. He just completely understeered into the wall with that front wing damage, and that is cost Mercedes. I can imagine Toto is slamming his desk. Oh, and as Cosmin gets a little bit squirmish on the throttle. It's both mistakes everywhere. What is going on? Vlad must be thinking, yes, I got a chance of winning here. But we still got another 16 laps to go as Alex Petra comes into the pits. I would imagine to put on a set of hard compound tyres, as Charles comes in. Actually, I think this is going to be very close. Vlad, I think in actual fact, well, Pixel's already. I don't know why Pixel's on the mediums. That's a bit weird delta there, but unless Pixel was not 19 seconds clear of the guys in front. But actually, do you know what? I wouldn't be surprising considering the fact that he's also, obviously because of the VSC. That's interesting. Don't know what's happened there. I don't know if that was a graphic, but we'll see. I don't think this race is over just yet. I just want to see if he pitted because I don't know. I didn't catch it. He hasn't stopped, which would explain things. Okay, so yeah, no, he hasn't stopped. I was thinking that. Sorry, as Charles thinks, I'll have P3. Thank you very much, and see you later, son. Brilliant little move there. I was just checking the monitor, see if Pixel had pitted. As Pixel stays out on these hard tyres, he's doing the reverse strategy. He's trying to go as long as he can on those mediums to put on a set of softs at the end of the race. I tell you what, that could bring him right into play towards the end of this race, as there's been a spin. Has there been a spin? I think as there's a fight at the back of the pack with Cosmin and Philokaitis. Oh no, sorry for pronouncing your name wrong. I'm not meaning this honestly. As Cosmin's in a AlphaTauri sandwich with Perez in P11. So there's a bit of a little scrap going on here at the back of the field. So yeah. So Milan cheering on Vlad as that's Perez having a spin in just before the final corner. I think I don't know what happened there, as that's just going to give a position over to Decker. So Decker's as Cosmin's through by the looks of it. I think Cosmin. I don't know if Cosmin. I think Cosmin might have already been ahead of him, but as Philo tries to go round the outside, and it's not quite worked out that way at the moment, as this is the only battle that's going on at the moment. For actually now is the final points paying position, so I think both these drivers would like to have a point on for the first race of the season. But yeah. So at the moment, this is the only fight that's going on, but penalties could play a factor. Actually, I didn't actually bear this in mind. I'll just have a look at Vlad's penalties. Vlad has had one penalty, along with Pixel, who's had 2 warnings. Is probably on the verge of another warning will give him a penalty. As Philo has picked up another 3-second timer. So is Perez. So it's not looking a good day down at AlphaTauri. As Cosmin starts to pull away from these guys. He is on 3-lap fresher tyres. I'll tell you what, I will be honest, I think Vlad's got to get on with this now. He's still Pixel is matching his lap times by the looks of it for the last couple of laps now, for that for the lead. That could be very dangerous, considering the fact that if Vlad actually, if it's all going to depend on where he comes out, because if he does come out near, I would say probably in between Charles and Alex, which is probably more than likely, because Alex is now 27 seconds behind, if my maths is correct, behind the leader, then he's going to be in a bit of trouble. I would be very worried for Vlad, because it won't. I don't know, but it also, as well as it does take, it's how long can he how long is it going to take for Pixel to pass Charles, which would be that's the only thing I can that could be a telling moment in this race, actually. Anyway, as there's no battles out on track at the moment, I imagine, I'm only just guessing here, I think Pixel might go all the way to lap 17, 18 and then go on the softs towards the end. As he picks up another penalty, which again, that's now 6 seconds worth of penalties, I think, on Pixel. So he's obviously knows he's pushing. He's pushing hard. He's trying to get within, or try and break a pit stop window. But Vlad's obviously on the hard tyre, obviously minding his own business. He's got to get a move on here. Vlad, he's losing time to Pixel. I think Pixel obviously as well is going to cut the corner a little bit so he can gain a bit of time there. But he's got to get a move on. He should really be having the fresher tyres. I'm not sure why the Delta is telling me Pixel's done 0 laps on his tyres, which is, again, well done Codemasters. But gotta say though, Pixel's done a very good job. I think he's a contender for driver of the day after qualifying. Saku is up there as well. He's actually catching. Actually, no, I mentioned it. He's catching Saku, or Alex, sorry, who's dropped completely off of. It's actually just non-existent from Charles' point of view. Charles has just driven off. So I mean, it all. I think at the moment, if I was to put a podium down at the moment, I would say it's probably going to be Pixel, Vlad, and Charles, because Charles is on the mediums. But then, and so I wouldn't discount the likes of Saku and Alex. Saku, sorry, to come and steal that away from Charles on those hard tyres, because the hard tyres, it will come back to him towards the end of this race. As TJD, I believe, is fighting Cosmin for P9. Sorry, I only just caught that. Saku picks up another penalty. I think it's actually his second penalty of the race. I just have a look. That is his second penalty of the race, which is unfortunate. That's now 6 seconds worth of penalties. TJD, I mean, this is now the fight. Charles is now actually, speaking of which, not sure what's happened to Vlad, but he's now on the back of that Renault. So let's see what happens with these two up front for fighting for the pose for P2. I tell you what, Pixel right now would want these two to fight pretty hard for the last 12 laps of this race, because it could get him a pit stop ahead of Vlad. But I think it's about, if someone could tell me what the pit stop time would be, I think it's around about 26 seconds, which doesn't look like he's going to build that much of a gap, but it will put him out, I would say at this point, right behind Charles, and he'll close that gap pretty quickly. But let's see if Pixel comes in this lap. He does not come in this lap. He stays out for another lap. But this looks to be the fight as Alex retires from the race. Oh no, what's happened to Alex? Issues. I give Saku to P4 now. He's had a great recovery drive, actually, to be honest, after what he has gone through this race. But this is the fight now. This is P2. P2, the fight, as Bondrax is fighting behind. I think that's because, sorry, I forgot it's because Cosmin's retired. Not Cosmin, Alex is retired, sorry. But Ferrari versus Renault, we haven't seen that in a while, since probably 2005. Or 6, sorry, should I say. But this should be good, as Pixel's now 21.3 seconds ahead of, he's still slowly but surely pulling away, but he's going to probably need to fight all these two for this. He's going to have, if he's going to win this race today, he's going to have to do it on track. He's going to have to sort this out on track, because at the moment Vlad is just burning ERS. So which we'll see. What happens here is he got a very good exit out of the S's actually. Oh, I don't know why is it? I don't know what's happened there. He's drifted off to the left-hand side. Is he trying to break the Is he got overheating issues in that Ferrari? I'm not sure what happened there. He had a great exit out of the S's, and he just don't know where I'm there. Anyway, out the final corner, as Pixel is in the pits. In actual fact, he's going to be very close to. This is close. Has he done it? Has he done it into turn one? It's running. No, Pixel's done it. As LF, as Charles, as Spinolard. Oh no, as Saku. He's going to take P3. Saku. Oh my goodness. Saku is out of nowhere. Come from what was looking like a Blake Grace come on for the podium. Oh, Charles. And what's even worse is he's got Bondrax behind him. Oh, that is not worked out. Ferrari probably sitting there thinking, we've thrown this race away. It was I will be honest, it was an opportunistic move to try and go around the outside of Pixel there. Pixel had to take that line because he was coming out of the pits. So that's not worked out. And what's even worse is Bondrax looks. He could take P4 away from him here, but I think he's just pulling away now. It's a bit too far away now. Not sure what's going on with the timing screens. I'll try and. Oh, and that's Perez spinning. So what's going on here with the Delta? I'm trying to sort this out, lads. As he sets the fastest last sector. But as I said, penalties could play a factor now, as he's now 6.5 seconds back. As Bondrax not using overtake, just obviously thinking I'll save my battery for the last second part of the straight, as someone has spun somewhere in the sector 2. But meanwhile, Vernon EOS tries to go around the outside, and Charles, obviously in fairness to his defending, puts the car in the middle of the road to make his Ferrari as wide as possible. And he's nearly spun it again. I didn't think Ferrari. I thought, you know what, that was a bit unfortunate. He's just got too heavy on the throttle, and he's lucky because he's got 21 seconds back towards the next Haas. Ferrari, what is going on today? As Pixel looks to drive away out front with a massive 5-second gap. Yeah, it's all happening. I think Ferrari must be holding their. Binotto is probably holding his head in his hands in that Ferrari garage. So yeah. It's all happening as Fusions looks to size up a move on Decker. I don't know what's going on there. Decker, yep. Because Fusions is also a guy that extended his medium stint. I can't see him defending this. He's a sitting duck out there with people on the soft tyres. Yeah, Spinella. As this fight's gone on behind Fusions. Fusions actually passed him before the DRS straight, but he's not got DRS because he passed him before the detection point. Alex behind. I don't know why he's even saying he's on 19 old. Nice Delta. As Charles pits for a new front wing. I actually didn't know he had the front wing damage, but that is unfortunate. That just sums up Ferrari's day. He'll get out probably ahead of this. Oh, actually, will he get out ahead of this? Actually, I don't think he will. No, he's going to. Ferrari not having the best of days, as Alex looks to size a move on Decker. Decker falling down the order. He could be falling out the points if TJD can make a move. Oh, there's contact with the Haas. I think. Oh, I'd like to see that again if I'm honest. After that, I think that was a bit. I can't really tell on that. It looked like Alex tried to obviously squeeze a little bit, tried to obviously put the car in the middle of the road, and Decker just kind of half a day late and $1 short tried to put it down the inside. As he goes back down the inside of Decker for P9, he'll be wary. And actually, oh, and that's Ferrari again. Oh dear, Charles is. If his day didn't get any worse, it has now. Did he get? I don't know if he got front wing damage from that actually. As Charles picks up another penalty. I can't tell if he got a front wing damage on the telemetry. So Yeah, that is Ferrari just gone from absolutely fighting for a podium. Oh, oh dear. That, oh my, that's not good. Yeah, that you shouldn't be doing that. That was very naughty from Charles. I think that's going to be that would definitely be looked at. Poor Alex, who did nothing wrong. I know Charles was frustrated, but you can't be doing that. That's unacceptable driving from my point of view. That's terrible. Anyway, we'll try and ignore that as we see there's not really much fights going on at the moment in this race. Alex probably will be frustrated, very frustrated in fact, of what happened there. I don't know what he did. Didn't seem he did anything wrong. As the safety car's deployed, sorry to interrupt, that might give Vlad a chance. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, Aleph. I agree with what you just agree with that 100%. As well, it's I can't understand if it looked like he did like give him the squeeze, Alex. To be fair, but I don't think that warranted a takeout. I don't think, to be honest with you, nothing. No matter what he comes up and defends with, there's no way that warrants you to take somebody out like that. That's just unacceptable. I imagine there's probably going to be, if I was to put a penalty on that, it would probably be a qualifying, possibly race ban for the seriousness of that. Because he didn't just take out Alex, he took out his teammate as well. Yeah. But this now brings us now to what I would say is going to make this race, the last 4 or 5 laps of this race, very more interesting, because Pixel did not pit. So neither did I think we'd have our safety car come out. And it would look, yeah. It's all to play for now. In fact, even I don't know. Saka didn't have any soft tyres left. As the Ferrari pits, which would be Decker, who's now a lap down. So yeah, this is not what I was expecting. Go on, chat. Let's see what you got to say in the comments. Humour me. As we're behind the safety guys, there's Charles. Oh, what? Oh, Pixel's been disqualified. Oh, Pixel is disqualified from the race. Oh, that Pixel is now out of this race. I'm not sure what's gone on here. Why does it seem to me every time I stream, it's kind of like a maybe we got the safety car glitch again, which is I'm not sure what's gone on. It's what's happened to the safety car? The safety car just gone non-existent. Well, Pixel got disqualified apparently for ignoring yellow flags. What's gone on there? What has happened? It's just sorry, bear with me 1 second. He apparently got disqualified, or have I just read that wrong? Very strange. Okay, well, I don't know what happened there. It looked like he had disqualification on the bottom of the screen. So anyway, that was a very weird. Oh, someone ignored yellow flags. It looked like Pixel, but hey ho, I probably just saw something really weird happen there. Just double check to make sure that that wasn't the case. Yeah, I think okay. So Pixel catches the safety car again. This time actually stays behind. Well, we actually stay behind the safety car. No glitchiness going on. I think the glitch happens when there's a back marker in between the P1 and P2. In between one P, yeah. I think that's what's happened there, and the game's thought we need to let them through. So hopefully this time we can not get a repeat, unless it's Charles's car which is glitching. I think, yeah, DS gets a 5-second penalty for severe collision with his teammate. I think Haas are going to have words. I have nothing more to say to you. If you do, lag. Oh, yeah, I am right. I was right the first time. Disqualification on Vlad disqualified. Oh, we've got a safety car glitch. Oh my god. Safety car exposed. This will probably have to be a restart at a later date, because there's no way that has happened. That's yeah, that's unfortunate. That's a shame. We had such a good race, action-packed race, and it's just absolutely gone blown out the water. I can only apologise for that, as they just park up. Yeah, this is not what we wanted to see. We wanted to see a race to the finish. Didn't have this problem in Tier 2 yesterday, so for me this is a very odd. This is happening very odd. But then saying that, it happened all the way through 2019. So to be honest, why am I not surprised? But yeah, that is a shame. So I think we'll probably this will have to be restarted. Yeah. Might just show the last sort of 3 laps of this stream, just see what happens. This won't. I can't imagine this will not count because of the glitch. So yeah. As we go racing, once again, DS and Fusion at the front. So even though these races won't count, we'll just carry on commentating towards the end of the race, just to see what happens. As I think DS is doing some lawnmower racing. As he gets going, he went too early actually. I think the safety car's going very slow. Actually, really, either he's going too slow or DS is going too fast and caught the safety car. But yeah, he's gone off, and I think there's a lot of drivers following the pit, following the safety car. Fusions, that's what Fusions were doing. As we go racing for the last 3 laps of this race, as DS goes into turn 1. Yeah, I mean Decker could even be on a blooming could be on the well, yeah. DS has left the session. That is the end of that. I'm gonna actually, you know what? I was gonna say I'm gonna stream the rest of this race. I'm actually gonna end it here because this is just absolutely ridiculous. It was great to be be streaming and commentating the race for what it was for, up until the safety car. But hopefully we'll be able to put on a race for you guys sooner or later. Yeah, okay.